Hello everyone, Kelly Lee Sappenfield here. I'm a 5th generation metaphysician and a spiritual mentor and a midlife remake coach. I'm here today to talk to you about the saying, one day I'll, and then you fill in the blank. What are your one day I'll things? Are they one day I'll get in shape? One day I'll lose weight? One day I'll start a business. One day I will, put it in the comments. What are your one days I will, and then fill in the blank, right? We all say them. Sometimes we just say them because, oh yeah, one day I'll get to that. And we have absolutely no intention of ever doing it or getting to it. It's just a way to pacify someone and move on. That's different than the internals. One day I'll do this. One day I will take a cruise, travel the world, start a business, lose weight. What are your one day I wills be? Say hi in the comments and let me know what yours are. I'd love to hear. The thing about one day I'ls are, though, is that one day never comes. All we have is today. Now, we make our plans, we set our goals, and we work our plans, right? To create our goals. But at the same time, if we're saying one day, I'll do that, I'll get to that, I'll start that, whatever that it may be, then we're not honoring ourselves. We're not honoring our dreams and our wishes and our desires because we keep putting it off, Now, before this pandemic, we had the excuse that we were so busy. We didn't have time. It kind of reminds me of a friend of mine said, yeah, my husband kept saying, and when I have time, I'll get to that. He's had plenty of time. He's been working from home and yet he's not getting to it. And so that's the one day I'll as the pacifier to somebody else, right? But the internal one day I'ls is something completely different. And it goes to the heart of the law of attraction. The law of attraction works if you work it. It doesn't work if you just kind of sort of do it, dabble in it, do a little here, do a little there. It's not consistent with it, right? Let's say you've got this vision in your head, but that's where it's stuck. That's your vision. You haven't done anything else with it. Then let's say, okay, you take that vision and you make a vision board. Well, you can look at that vision board all day long, every day, and the only thing that's going to happen is they're going to come and take your couch away when they foreclose your home because you're not doing anything about it, right? You can take it to the next step. You can journal every day about it. You can declare your dreams, you can journal, then you can take it to the next step. You can actually reverse engineer it and start working the plan and take daily baby steps actions. But that's the key, is action. Action is literally in the word attraction. You cannot have the law of attraction without action. So when you say there's one day I will do this, what action steps are you taking? What are you really doing about it? Think about it for a moment. Because if you just sit there and dream a little dream, it's always going to be a little dream. And I don't want you to stick with little dreams. I don't want you to be stuck in the, ooh, I have this dream. The thing about dreams, Spirit didn't give you those dreams if it didn't want you to act on it. Spirit didn't give you the idea to do something if it didn't want you to act on it. Spirit doesn't go to you and say, hey, you're a really talented artist. You should start selling your work. And here's an opportunity to show you that people would buy your work. Spirit doesn't come to you and say, hey, you're 74 years old. You need to become a gymnast. Spirit may come to you and say, you're 74 years old and let's get our body moving. But Spirit's not going to come to you and give you something that isn't yours to do. Now, sometimes when you're veering off course, Spirit will test you and to see if you're really listening or if you're forcing an issue. And what I mean by forcing an issue, let's say Spirit keeps telling you to pay attention, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention to a certain area of your life. And you kind of sort of pay attention to it, but you really don't want to pay attention to it. And maybe an easy one here, let's talk about diet. Most people want their ice cream. Most people want their bread. Most people want the easy, quick, processed foods, right? Yet, there is no one diet that's right for everybody out there. Everyone's body is a little bit different, and everyone's body needs things a little bit differently. Some people have food allergies. Some people don't. Some people can tolerate soy. Some people can't. Some people can tolerate MSG. Other people, it gives them a migraine, right? So Spirit's been talking to you a little bit. You need to start paying attention to your diet. You need to start paying attention to your diet. And I'm not talking about necessarily just weight. It could be maybe your cholesterol starting to tick up or your blood sugar levels. It could be a lot of things. You just don't have the energy anymore, right? But Spirit keeps telling you to pay attention to your diet. So you don't really want to pay attention to your diet. So Spirit must mean that it wants you to open up a coffee shop. Really? I've seen people do this. I've seen people wrap it around in their head because they're not really listening to what they think Spirit really means. I bet you know someone that's done this too, right? So when you say, one day I'll work on my diet. One day I'll start taking my vitamins. One day I'll go for a walk. One day I will, whatever it is. What you're really saying is, maybe one day I'll honor myself and actually do what I really want to do. Maybe one day I'll actually say, hey, you know, I have this dream and it's a big dream and I have absolutely no clue how to accomplish it, right? But today I'm going to take a baby step. And that baby step may just be researching it. And if yours is, I want to open up a restaurant, and you start researching what it takes to open up a restaurant, and you start realizing the health laws and the labor laws and all the different things you have to take care of, you're like, I really don't want to do that. So maybe the thing is that you really want to do is host virtual dinner parties to where you try different and unique foods with friends and friends to be, right? How many of y'all have had Zoom parties since this pandemic has started, right? You can do a lot of things. So the dream may be, you think, oh, one day I want to open up a restaurant, and you start actually working on it, and you realize it's not actually the restaurant you want to open up, It's the enjoyment of entertaining around food that you really desire. That's you really tuning in and listening to Spirit. Because you start taking the steps and Spirit starts opening the doors and showing you where your true passions lie. But just to say it and not do anything about it, that's really, really, truly, you're not honoring yourself. You have to honor yourself. Sometimes it's doing things you don't really want to do. But you know, every day you get up, you honor yourself by brushing your teeth. You honor yourself when you take your vitamins or eat some food and pay the bills because you're grateful that you have whatever that service is provided. So why aren't you honoring yourself when it comes to your dreams? Instead of saying one day I'll, say, what can I do today? What do I know I can do today? I may not know how to do it all, and there's nothing wrong with that, because Spirit doesn't give us small little piddly dreams. It just doesn't. Spirit's not going to say, go get the mail. Spirit's going to say, create this. The world needs this. You need this. Right? So I want you to think about what your one day I'll be and what that really means to you. What does it mean when you say to yourself, one day I will do this? And next time you catch yourself saying, oh yeah, one day I'll get to that. Stop and say, well, what if I did something right now? What if I did something today? Maybe I have a business meeting in 5 minutes and I really can't do anything right now, but what if I dedicated myself time to do it today? How would that make you feel? Wouldn't you feel invigorated? Wouldn't you feel inspired? You never know where that road is going to take you. And you're never going to know until you start down that path. Now, trust me, Spirit has taken me on some wavy, curvy paths with sharp right-hand turns followed by a sharp left-hand turn. And sometimes you wonder if you've got whiplash. But if you go by the law of attraction and you actually act, then Spirit's going to take you on the most wondrous journeys you can ever imagine. When I was a little girl, a lot of little girls played school teacher or mommy or maybe even nurse. Not me. No. I played flight attendant because I was going to travel the world. And my parents would always say, I don't know where you're going to get all this money to do all this traveling you plan on doing, but good luck with that. And they would laugh and everything. And I'd have my little baby doll buggy. And I'd act like it's the little cart that you go up and down the aisle on the airplane with. And I'd act like I was serving my dolls and my stuffed animals and everything. And they would just giggle at me. But I've been now, at age 50, to almost 30 countries on 4 continents. Now, my husband's got me beat, and we got to fix that. But you never know how Spirit's going to give you what it is. There's no way I could have ever imagined the way I was able to travel, the reasons I was able to travel. It would never come into my paradigm on my own. But I trusted Spirit that they would take care of it if I just did my part. And that's just it. Your part is to take inspired action. So when that thought comes in your head and, oh, one day oh no, today I will, and you take that action, then Spirit is like, okay, they're paying attention. So we don't have to keep beating them upside the head about step 1. We can go on to step 2. Now, I understand a lot of people were not raised in a metaphysical household like I was. And a lot of people don't understand how in the world do you even understand what Spirit's saying. And if that's you, let me know. And if you're curious at all about it, go to my website and get a free 30-minute call with me. I offer free 30-minute calls all the time. So if you're interested in a free 30-minute call with me about the questions you may have on how to read Signs Spirit's Giving, sign up for one. But at the same time, start really paying attention to your inner talk. What is your inner talk saying? And are you one of those people that's heard about the law of attraction and is sitting on their couch, staring at their vision board, expecting everything just to go poof and happen, and in the meantime, things are getting worse and worse for you? Or are you one of those people that really truly understand the word action is in the word attraction? You have to get your derriere up and do something. Now, this does not mean that you have to run a marathon. But it does mean you have to take action. And sometimes that action is literally sitting in front of your computer and doing research. Or maybe that action is, if you always wanted to paint something, to go and buy the canvas and the paints and maybe a brush or two. As you can see behind me, my grandmother was an artist. I could never do what she did. But she didn't start painting until she was in her 40s, almost 50. And by the time she had passed, not only had she painted for a lot of people, but she also taught it. Now, she had a lot of naysayers, including my grandfather. Oh, you won't, that's just stupid. You have no business painting. Who are you to think you can be a painter? You're not Picasso, right? But she didn't listen. Spirit had a burning desire in her to paint. She taught herself how to paint, and she did. So there's going to be naysayers when you start going after your dreams. There's going to be those naysayers. And what it is they're jealous. Because they're the people sitting back saying, one day I will. One day I will what? Stop saying one day I will. Because that's a red letter day right there. Like I said, let me know what you've always said to yourself. One day I will what? And I bet you, when you think about it right now, you're probably kicking yourself in the butt of, why haven't I? But don't go down that road. You cannot go down the would've, could've, should've road at all. The past is the past. There's not a bloody thing you can do about it. You start fresh from this moment forward. Nothing else matters. And from this moment forward, you start fresh by saying, today I will. Not one day I will. I hope this has helped. I hope this has given you some inspiration. Like I said, if you would like a free 30-minute call with me, go to kellyleesappenfield.com and sign up for one. And I'd love to talk to you. And I will see you again here soon. Take care. Bye-bye.